Get out. We don't need you anymore, you freeloading work-from-home loser. That's what my sister yelled at me, and my parents joined in, shouting, "Leave. We're tired of you and your dog being such a bother. If you're going to treat us like this, I'll do whatever I want." That's when I decided to get my revenge. I'm Kathy, 33, single and a freelance web designer. I work from home, so I only need my laptop and can work at my own pace. But 2 years ago, my peace was disrupted by my parents. One day, while I was working at home, my parents showed up. They walked around the house and said, "This house is really big. Looks like we could live here too." Yeah, there's even a spare room. It seems wasteful for Kathy to live here alone. Let's move in this weekend. Ignoring me completely, they decided to move in. I told them, "I don't want you living here with me." My father, angry, yelled, "You took this house from your uncle and now you think you own it. How low can you go?" "I didn't take it. Uncle gave it to me." "Stop making excuses. Our old house is falling apart, so we're moving here this weekend." "Actually, my uncle gave me this house, and it's still in his name, but he said I could use it however I wanted." My parents' old house is too run down and they don't have the money to fix it. So they decided to move into my house, which I inherited. I didn't want them here, but they already sold their own house and claimed they had nowhere else to go. "You're always on that computer. You must be making money in some shady way." "Shady? I'm just doing honest work. There's nothing to worry about." "How dare you talk back to your mother? You're nothing like your sister." My parents always compared me to my sister. Sure, she has a regular office job, but I earn more than she does. I get that older people might not understand working from home, but it still hurt to be put down all the time. Then, one evening, as I was making dinner for my lazy parents, the doorbell rang. To my surprise, it was my sister Sandy with a ton of luggage. "Sandy, what's going on?" "Long time no see, Kathy. I know this is sudden, but I'll be living here from now on." I was confused and said, "Huh? What? If Uncle was going to give this big house to someone, he should have given it to me." "Wait, you're moving in today? I didn't hear about this." "Didn't Mom and Dad tell you? I got divorced," Sandy said. "Divorced? So, I'll be counting on you." Ignoring my shock, Sandy went upstairs and claimed one of the empty rooms. My parents sided with her, and I couldn't do anything about it. From then on, my stress levels soared. Sandy had quit her job after her divorce and spent her time talking badly about me with our mother. "Hey, Mom, isn't this dress cute?" "Oh yes, Sandy, it's lovely. It'll suit you perfectly." "Do you think so? It's definitely not something Kathy would wear." "Well, Kathy is a bit plain. That's why she's stuck working from home all the time." "Mom, you shouldn't say that." As I prepared dinner, I overheard them talking about me. I wanted to respond, but I knew that would only make things worse, so I kept quiet. Then, one day, a friend of mine had a litter of puppies, and I decided to adopt one. I named him Muffin. He's a tiny black chihuahua with the cutest round eyes. When he looks at me, his tail wags like crazy. I've always wanted a chihuahua, and since working from home can be lonely, I thought Muffin would be great company. From now on, you're Muffin, okay? Woof. I didn't ask my family for permission to adopt Muffin. This is my house, and I'll cover all his expenses, so I figured they had no say in it. When I brought Muffin home, my parents and Sandy complained right away. "We didn't know you were getting a dog." "Yeah, dogs smell. I don't like odors." "Kathy, you should have asked us first. We don't approve of this." I told them, first of all, Muffin wasn't picked up off the street. A friend gave him to me. I'm paying for everything related to Muffin, so it's my choice. If you don't like it, you can leave. At first, they were very upset, but within a few hours, they were charmed by Muffin's cuteness and started doting on him. "Oh, you're so cute. Are you Mommy's dog? Look over here, sweetheart." Just like that, their anger disappeared, and they were all smitten with Muffin. This made things a bit more peaceful for me. However, one day while I was out running errands, I got a call from Sandy. "Hello, come home right now." "What happened?" I asked. Sandy yelled, "Muffin had an accident on my clothes. What if they smell?" "Oh, just wash them. It'll be fine. And why did you leave your clothes on the floor?" "It's my fault. It's your bad training. Muffin is just a puppy. If you had taken him for a walk like you said you would, he wouldn't have had an accident inside. Did you actually take him out?" "Well, I was going to later, but it's still your fault for not training him properly. Pay me for the clothes." When I got home, Sandy was furious and my parents were with her glaring at me. Sandy threw the dirty clothes at me and shouted, "I'm going to charge you for the cleaning." "Why should I?" "It's because you didn't take Muffin for a walk and left your clothes on the floor." "Shut up, it's because you brought this stupid dog home. What are you going to do about it?" "Stupid dog. You were fond of him before. It's harsh to call him that just because he had an accident." It's because of your poor training. Take responsibility. Why can't my family think about anyone but themselves? I was frustrated with my selfish sister, but my parents joined in. Kathy, shouldn't you at least apologize to Sandy? That's right, all this trouble started because of that dog you brought home. Seriously, can you two just stop? Puppies are like babies, they make mistakes and we should forgive them. This mess only happened because of that dog. Kathy, you made the right choice not getting married. If you had kids, I doubt you'd raise them properly. What? How dare you say that? If you took Muffin for walks and kept the house clean, this wouldn't have happened. Sandy raised an eyebrow, pointed at me, and said I had enough. I don't need you or this dumb dog. Get out of this house. What? Didn't you hear me? Get out. We don't need a freeloading homebody here. A freeloading homebody? How can someone who's jobless say that? And who do you think is paying for the household expenses? It's me, confused by my sister's outrageous claim. My parents added, That's right, Kathy. Leave. Your presence just makes things worse. You're a jinx. They all kept shouting get out in front of me. My anger reached its peak. That's it. I'd had enough. If this is how it's going to be, just wait. I decided to get revenge, packed my things, and left with Muffin. My sister made things worse with her last words. This is all your fault. If you just listened to me, none of this would have happened. They still don't get it, even though trouble is coming their way. Well, let them enjoy their situation. Smiling to myself, I left the house with Muffin. A few days later, my sister called unexpectedly. Kathy, help. The house? What happened to the house? They told us we have to leave by the end of the month. Oh, so what? What do you mean, so what? Why we have to leave? Well, I've decided to sell the house. What? Sandy seemed stunned. She asked, her voice shaking. What do you mean you're selling it? You don't have the right. Oh, but I do. I officially bought the house from my uncle a month ago. What? Yes, the house is legally in my name now. Sandy was clearly shocked. I hadn't told anyone about this. You're joking, right? Even if the house was transferred to you by Uncle, you can't just sell it. I was worried too, but after you told me to leave, I asked Uncle about it. He said, the house is yours now, Kathy. Do whatever you want. Get away from that stupid family as soon as possible. What? No way. Whether my parents were listening to my call with Sandy or not, they started panicking. Kathy, stop this. We have nowhere else to go if we leave the house. Yeah, it's terrible to do this to your own family. If you're a good daughter, you should show some respect to your parents. Respect? I said quietly, what are you talking about? You always treated me worse than Sandy. Who's been supporting you all these years? I let you live with me because you had nowhere else to go. My parents were stunned by my firm tone. I didn't wait for them to respond. Who treated me and Muffin like burdens and kicked us out? It was you. Trying to be happy by pushing out the original resident is shameless. You all deserve what's coming to you. My father pleaded, please help us. We're sorry. I don't care. You're on your own. I ended the call with a firm click and blocked all their contacts. Muffin, sensing my distress, looked up at me with a worried woof. I hugged Muffin. I'm sorry for shouting, Muffin. It's okay now. I'll take care of you. I'm glad we're away from that family who treated you so poorly. Later, I heard that my parents and sister had to move out of the house at the last minute, despite their desperate attempts to stay. With my father's low income and my mother and sister both unemployed, they're struggling. Rumors say my sister is constantly pressured by my parents to find a job, and their family situation is worsening. I'm not interested in their lives, but it's clear their situation has worsened since I left. They're getting what they deserve. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying my life in a new pet-friendly apartment with Muffin. I work whenever I want, without anyone complaining. My earnings are mine alone, and I'm incredibly happy with my life now. Muffin, let's head to the dog park today. Muffin seems more energetic now. Maybe it's because that noisy family is gone. From now on, I want to protect Muffin and enjoy a peaceful life.